IRCC conducted another draw on 14 September. For the first time, the cutoff score was above my prediction. This means that the full breakdown should be interesting to see. I request you to watch the full video carefully to understand what happened. So let's find out. Hello and welcome to Canadian Dream. This channel is all about Canadian immigration related news and updates. In today's video, we'll talk about the latest express entry draw result. We will try to break down the pool size and do some analysis on it. So IRCC conducted their latest express entry draw on 14th September 2022. 3,250 invitations were sent out and the cutoff score was 510. For this draw, my prediction was 508 for the cutoff score and I was expecting 3,250 invitations. My prediction of 3,250 invitations was on point and the cutoff score prediction was short by 2 points. This is a bit of a shock to see the cutoff score higher than my prediction. This is the first time it happened. This means the pool breakdown should be interesting to see. Watch the full video carefully to understand what happened. IRCC has been increasing the draw size by 250 since they resumed their draws on 6th July. But they finally increased the draw size by 500 in the last draw, and thankfully they continued the same in this draw. By the way, I already shared this result right after the draw. If you have missed it, you probably haven't subscribed to my channel yet, or you forgot to press the bell icon. I try to share express entry updates with you as early as possible, so you may consider subscribing it if you want regular and timely updates. Let's move to the express entry pool, break it down and analyze it. IRCC shared a pool breakdown as of 12th September and this is how it looked. The latest draw was conducted on the 14th September. 3,250 invitations were sent out and the cutoff score was 510. First, let's find out how many new candidates were added to the pool between the draw on 31st August and the 14th September draw. Look at the number of newly added candidates for the 14th September draw. Many of you were worried that the recent PNP draws would impact the express entry draw on 14th September. You may have thought that the cutoff score did not go down as expected because of these PNP draws. However, I was telling everyone that it's hard to tell when these candidates will claim their points as they have to complete their application first, which is a lengthy process. So there will be almost no chance of any direct impact on the 14th September draw. You can see in the range of 601 to 1200, 408 candidates were added this time. Good news, this decreased compared to last time's 466. So there was no major impact from the recent PNPs. Between 501 to 600, 1288 candidates were added. This increased from last time's 570, a big increase. We'll discuss more on this in a bit. Between 491 to 500, 291 candidates were added. This increased from last time's 119, another increase. Between 481 to 490, 263 candidates were added. This increased from last time's 113, another small increase. Between 471 to 480, 123 candidates were added. This decreased from last time's 202. Between 461 to 470, 65 candidates were added. This increased compared to last time's 11. Between 451 to 460, 152 candidates were removed. This obviously decreased compared to last time's 72. So we can see that the number of newly added candidates did not decrease this time. Rather, we saw a major increase in the 500 plus range. It was a big increase. We haven't seen such a big increase in this range before. This is interesting. So many people are being added to the pool with CRS 500 plus. If you're wondering how can someone attain this score, two possibilities. Number one, these candidates are mostly Canadian experience class. They basically have Canadian work experience and most will also have a Canadian degree. So where did they suddenly pop up from? Is this a graduation season in some universities? Possibly. Let me know if you know anything about this. Number 2. People are increasing their CRS scores. So is it possible to get 500 plus without a Canadian degree and Canadian experience? Yes, it's also possible to get CRS 500 plus from outside Canada. If you're aged below 30, you have a PhD, you have blood relatives in Canada, you have scored some points in your French test, you are married to a highly qualified spouse, you have a job offer from Canada, and of course if you have CLB 10 in your IELTS. You'll need a combination of some of these factors to attain 500 plus, which is definitely rare. So the majority of these candidates in the 500 plus range are from Canada. They're already ahead of the FSW candidates anyway. If CEC draws were conducted, they would be happier. Trust me, they have no interest in delaying FSW candidates. So let's not fight and let's not curse them. We are all pursuing our Canadian dream here. So on 14th September's draw, 3,250 invitations were sent out and the cutoff score was 510. So from 3,250 invitations, 408 were used up by the candidates with CRS 600 plus. The remaining 2,842 invitations were sent to cover the 6,228 candidates in the 501 to 600 CRS range. If 2,842 invitations are sent out, there should be 3,386 candidates with CRS between 501 to 600 after the draw. So that's the pool breakdown after the draw on 14th September. So why did my prediction go wrong? Why was the cutoff score above my prediction for the first time? Number 1. There was a major increase in the candidate number in the 501 to 600 range. Number 2. We're down to the bottom of the 501 to 600 range. Not all the candidates added to the pool with 500 plus CRS score will now be below the cutoff score. As these candidates are added after the draw, a good number of candidates may have scores above the cutoff score. For example, candidates are added with a CRS of 530 or maybe 540. These candidates will try to pull the cutoff score upward. Let me summarize. So, these 3,386 candidates are below the cutoff score because they are the remaining after the draw. But of the 1,288 candidates who were added to the pool before the draw, not all of them were below the cutoff score. A good number of them were above the cutoff score. They pulled the cutoff score up, and that's the main reason why the cutoff score could not even reach the prediction by numeric distribution method, when previously we have seen that it's always lower. Don't worry about all this much. These are out of our control. We really can't stop people from getting added to the pool. We are all trying to fulfill our Canadian dreams after all. So let's focus on the bright side. The draw size was increased by 500 again. If they keep increasing it by 500 a few more times, then things will change very quickly. Now, if you have been watching my videos carefully, you should be able to make your prediction by looking at this table. If you're able to calculate and come up with a prediction, let me know by commenting below. If you want to know my prediction, I'll share it before the next draw. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know if you liked it or if you have any problem understanding my explanation. Your feedback can help me make better videos for you. To get regular updates on XRSNT, do subscribe and click on the bell icon. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also available on TikTok right now. You can follow me there as well. I try to share regular updates in my socials. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.